Gainesville police are still searching for a 13-year-old boy who went missing from his home last night, just 2 days before Christmas.
Some neighbors say they saw the child just before he went missing. TV 20's Alexis Goings is live at Oaklade Apartments. That's where he was last seen. Alexis, tell us what you're hearing about his disappearance.
Some residents told me that they are in shock that 13-year-old Evan Stevens is missing. Gainesville police officers say he was reported missing after he left his home at Oaklade Apartments on Southwest 30th Terrace at about 8:45 last night. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement has issued a missing child alert. Officers say he was wearing a black hoodie with a Nike logo on the front. Some neighbors say they saw Ian playing in the area the day before. One couple in particular say they immediately bonded with Ian after only knowing him for a short time, and now they just want him home safe.
Ian's a neighborhood kid. He's a fixture in the neighborhood, and we really miss him because he talks with everybody. He's super friendly, nice kid, and we're always asking him about school and education, us being educators. And we just miss Ian, and just asking the neighborhood, come together, please, have concern, pray. Let's bring Ian home wherever he is. We're praying that he's safe.
GPD is still searching for Ian or evidence here in the surrounding areas. They hope to bring him home before the temperature continues to drop and before Christmas. Now, police tell residents to keep an eye out for Ian. He might be on foot or riding a bicycle. Live in Gainesville, Alexis Goings, TV 20 News.